we're still at about 43% are people have put deposits down for that much. 43% of the array has been sold. And there are some larger companies that are interested, and they're trying to figure out whether it's going to work for them or not. And so it could be that one company buys up a bunch. I think it seems like I said this last time I was here last month, but
it seems a little more, I think the group was a little more optimistic this time.
Yeah.
It seemed to be more larger entities giving it some serious thought. So
yeah,
I think particularly Tom was positive.
Yeah.
But it's still a work in progress.
Yeah, for sure. And also some more people like from Waitsfield have shown some interest. And so it's spreading out further than just the local towns here. So yep. Hopefully the word will spread and people will get on it, and that'll be great. So the insulating window inserts, I had a meeting this morning or yesterday. Yeah, yesterday morning about that. And it's really exciting to be working with New Haven and Lincoln and Bristol together. Again, I feel like I'm repeating myself. Didn't I say this last meeting? Anyway, anyway, I'm excited about that. And I think that it will be, a really fun way to come together with those towns and people in those towns to work together on building inserts for each other's homes. I think that'll be really great. And the testimonies we've gotten have been really good. So the people who've done it with us a couple of years ago really appreciated their what it felt like in their house, much more comfortable and save some money. So that project kind of goes on through the summer, where we're reaching out to people, and then we go into people's homes and help them measure their windows and decide which ones to choose. And then Maine actually makes the frame pieces, and then we put them together here. So we actually people don't have to actually commit until early October, although ideally they do that earlier.
I can't remember, Sally, when are we doing the actual assembly?
November 4th through 9th.
Okay.
At Holly Hall. Yeah. So we can go on, I guess, to the next one if no one has any questions. That is the residential building energy standards. Jim, maybe you know something about this, probably more than I do. And then there's also the commercial building energy standards. And I went to a webinar this past early week or last week. And it was Efficiency Vermont and it was actually the Department of Public Service that gave the webinar. And they talked about the different codes for building and for energy efficiency, and how they, changing over time so that we have a good housing stock and not, a lot of leaky houses where it costs people a lot of money to pay for heat and that kind of thing. So I'm not sure how the town does it here. There's Chris Purley probably has something to do with it as in zoning, and then the town clerk probably does something because they may be involved with filing the information. And I don't know what the Energy Committee has to do with it. I was hoping there'd be more Energy Committee people here so that I could ask someone to take that on instead of me do it. Just, finding out how it works in Bristol. What should the Energy Committee be doing, if anything, to be involved in, making sure we're collecting the information from contractors or from the homeowner or whatever we're supposed to do. Jim, do you have any input on that?
I have no idea. Who's your liaison with the select board?
Well, I don't even know if we have a specific liaison. How
Yeah,
about that?
yeah, everybody was assigned, everybody on the select board was assigned a liaison position. No,
Okay,
Michelle is with planning. Ian has fire and police.
oh, yeah.
Pika has road department. Joel has, he deals with the county level planning.
Yeah.
You might give Valerie a call. I don't
Yeah.
really think there was anybody involved in any of that. Chris Curley may be the one to contact. If anybody would
Yeah.
know, it would be the zoning administrator.
Yeah. Maybe it's Darla. I haven't talked to her, but she might be the one that's.
I don't know what her assignment is. It could be, yeah.
I'll check. I'll look it up. It seems like I heard something about that and I forgot about it. So we ought to know.
I know planning is now, as of, I believe it was last night, they're going to have regular dialogue with Michelle Pearlie concerning what they do. And they had a meeting with the select board on Monday over Zoom. And what they looking for is guidance as to what the select board wants the various commissions to do. And they gave a little dissertation on what they want planning to do. Being that planning now has the town plan in place, that's all done. So now they want to see what objectives they have. And it boils down to the planning being involved in trying to promote further business infrastructure in town. So, you might reach out to Valerie to see who is the liaison and see what you guys can do about it.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you.
Sally, was this a, you said there was a webinar.
Yeah.
Was this a state initiative? What
Yeah,
was
Department of Public Service, maybe in, I think they did it, and there was also Efficiency Vermont is connected with them, and but it was a Department of Public Service. It was a man from there speaking, Steve someone, I believe. I can see if I can get it to you, and I have a phone number and stuff like that for connecting around it. So
just wondering what the goals are.
okay, there's some, the goals of the program are to create a more weather and energy efficient housing stock, so that people have homes that are solid. They're not buying a house that is going to cost them so much money to heat, and it's to up the quality of homes. It's going to cost the contractor more and probably cost a little more for people to buy the home in the beginning, but then their costs are less over time.
Are these new builds, or is there
New builds?
Only
They
new builds?
Yeah, they actually have some rules around remodeling and stuff like that. I'll see if I can find out. Let's see what it says. You can, to talk about it, you can call the Energy Code Assistance Center. I have a phone number, or go to the Department of Public Service. Also, you can go to the Efficiency Vermont website for more information. You could probably call Matt Sharp and ask him about it. But what you could also, there's also going to be a recording for this, and I could probably get that to you at some point once it's sent to me.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see it.
Yeah. I went to another one of these with Brad Long from Efficiency Vermont a couple of years ago, and it's really detailed, and it's very, interesting, and it makes sense, so that when people buy a house, they know they're getting a house that is not, it's not holy, it's solidly built, it's sealed well, and all that. Okay. So I'll write a note to send info to the whole committee. Richard, did you have anything to add to the agenda, by the way? I didn't ask you that in the beginning.
No, not.
Okay.
Mm,
So number 4 was just the Harvest Fest, which I went ahead and signed up for it when they first put it out so that we could get a good booth. And there were so many less booths, so I figured I better just jump on it. So I did that, and September 25th. And I think that that'll be a good opportunity to, the usual things, whatever involved in it. Be great to have a thing there. So we don't have to talk anymore about that unless you have, I don't think we have to talk about it now.
That,
We just know we have a spot.
is that, will that be a good time to advertise for window dressers? Or is that too late?
Yes. So we will have hopefully done all of that and gotten people measured and everything, but there still will be time at that point because the deadline for ordering isn't until early October. So we'll still have a couple of weeks if we, if we want to tell people about it, if we still have room in the workshop.
Mm.
And if not, we can tell people about maybe next year, or we can tell them
Right.
about it and just say it's already happening this year and check this information out, and next year. Another thing we can do is something around the Mo Electric
Yeah.
and whatever electrifying things and lighting and all that kind of the usual stuff. Yeah. Hopefully
Okay.
Bristol Community Solar is already buttoned up by then.
I hope so.
Yeah. So Mo Electric is on here. I was just gonna ask people to, if anyone is using an electric mower or someone who is in there, enjoying it, just maybe write up a little something of a testimony that I could add to Front Porch Forum thing, or you yourself could write something up and put it in Front Porch Forum and just say what it's like for you using an electric mower, just to help people know that it's going on. I talked to a friend's grandson the other day on the phone about his use of an electric mower. He's so psyched to be and he loves how quiet it is. He doesn't have to pull that thing, to get it going. He's like, I can just do it. He's 10 years old, so he can do it himself. And it's just easier to work because it's not as heavy. Of course, you can get a heavy one, but the one they got is not heavy. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's just fun to hear this.
I bought an Ego to replace my Black & Decker, and the technology has really moved ahead. The Black & Decker battery packs were about this big. The Ego is about this big, recharges in less than an hour, and
Wow.
the machine is absolutely awesome. So I would bring that up. I would mow right up the street to the Harvest Festival, because I think people have had, probably if they've investigated it, they've looked at Newtons and Black & Deckers and things in the past, and these new generation are just, they're nothing like the old ones. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's great. And I liked the old ones. I used
me too.
the Newton for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's great. So that might be something to have at the Harvest Fest so people can take a peek at it. Not use it.
I got also replaced my Black & Decker string trimmer.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember, Ryobi, I guess I bought. And that thing is scary. It's really amazing. But then I got $75 rebate from Efficiency Vermont. So
That's great.
we ought to be presenting the rebates.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. I'd like to put, if that's not already on, it might be on the town website, but I should put it up on Front Porch Forum again, rebates.
Yep. And boy, is it simple. You just fill out a one-page thing online, and a couple weeks later, your money arrives.
Great. All right, we're getting right down there, and so 6.1 is just about SEAC, which is Climate Economy Action Center of Addison County. And that is basically a group that is trying to bring greenhouse gases down while also encouraging economic, what would you call it? Economic activity, like, and helping the economy be more green, so it's not as destructive to the earth, but it's still, helping our communities survive and thrive. And they've got a lot of projects going on. The Live Green Vermont guide is full of all these businesses that are doing things. So it's called the Champlain Valley Climate and Renewable Energy Guide at livegreenvermont.org.
We should
And,
advertise that. We should
what's that?
talk it up. We should talk it up. Maybe
Yeah.
put that on Front Porch Forum too.
Yeah. Great. Do you have any interest in putting a Front Porch Forum thing up, Richard, on something?
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
Well, could be like, the rebates and the electric stuff, because you could mention your ego and your ego. You could mention your ego and
Yeah.
and your trimmer, and then put up the incentives and say how easy it was. That might be a nice thing to have on the Front Porch Forum to let people know about.
Yep.
And then I could do the SEAC because I'm on that board anyway, and I can access the information.
Yep.
Excellent.
There was a piece on the news tonight, and I've flown off the name. A Vermont farm has been named, been given a major national environmental award, in part because of their installation of a state-of-the-art biodigester system, and also their overall sustainability ethic. And I'm wondering, it's somebody we work with Riverkeeper. It's one of the farmers that we've interacted with.
Okay.
Anyway, what I'm wondering is if we would want to, at a future meeting, ask them to come on and describe what they're doing, because it's
That's a great idea.
it's really great.
We'll have to ask, maybe, would Matt know who it is? Or
Yeah,
who
I'll
do you
check
think
it out. Yeah, I can go to the
Great.
the news website and probably pick it up there.
Yeah. Where'd you hear of it? What news?
Yeah, it was
Or
on.
who
I
knows?
think it was on Channel 5, whatever that is.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I don't even have a TV, so it's all
Yeah.
yours.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Great. That'll be exciting. It's not Goodrich, because that's not on our thing, I don't think, is it?
No, I don't
Goodrich
think
is,
so.
okay. That sounds great. Well, I can't believe we're like done with the agenda. Is there anything else? Jim, do you have any questions? All right. Or
Jim?
Richard, do you have anything else?
No, I don't think so. It's
Yeah.
it's a very interesting time
Yeah.
in terms of, I think we're in a tipping point one way or the other in terms of people's awareness and willing to act. And I
Yeah,
think
sure.
these 2 years are going to be, next year and a half are going to be very interesting.
Yeah. Hopefully we can all get along through the interestingness
Mhm.
as well as possible.
Good question. I did have a
What's that?
conversation. I did have a conversation at the pharmacy yesterday. A number of people were talking about how lucky we are in Vermont that our citizens have stepped up, gotten vaccinated, and so on, and that we're where we are in terms of our 80%.
Yeah.
And we all agreed that Vermont really should secede from the union. That I think the nation of Vermont makes the most sense.
Yeah. Really.
We're so lucky to be here.
Yeah. We'd have to look into that pretty carefully before we put up the fence, I think. Or because that's I think we're more connected than we know.
I don't know. Be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Well, I think we should go ahead and close and call it the shortest meeting yet. Even with
Efficiency.
efficiency. Yes. Well, thanks for being here, and see you next time.
Yep.